Okay, we have started recording. Now I'm going to start a new test, and let's say I'm going to name it as solution of HWs. I'm opening it in the same directory. Now I sent you, as you all know, that UFT code starts execution from where? Can anyone tell me where? When you start execution, when you click on play, right, when you click on this play button, from where UFT start executing your code?
Action 1.
From action 1. Okay. Now these three homework, there are some other homework, but these three homework on loop you are supposed to finish it. Now Munirba, you said you are not able to finish them.
No, I didn't finish them. I look at your video.
Okay. Farhana, are you ready to show your homeworks? Okay. So now, can you see here? So can you see that these lines, what I did with these lines by putting this? Can you tell me what I did with these lines? Will this line be executed if I execute this?
It's not going to be executed.
Why they will not be? Why these will not be executed?
Because it commented out.
Because I commented it out. So yeah, you are right.
Commented out, right?
Yeah. Now let me quickly fix this here. Okay.
So what is using that sign for?
That sign, basically, if you look at this series, these are 2 to the power 15. No, this sign is in your keyboard. If you look at key 6,
6?
yeah,
Okay.
shift 6. So this key, this sign actually we represent it 2 to the power 15, 2 to the power 13, 2 to the power 11. Okay. Now if you look at the first series, we have 2 to the power 15, 2 to the power 13, 2 to the power 11, and 2 to the power, and gradually it is going up to 2 to the power 3. It is a series that has. So what is changing here in this first loop? What is changing here? Can anyone tell me? So the changing figure is this 2 to the power 15, and then it is going down by 2, and then it is going by another 2, and gradually it is becoming 3. Here fixed part is this 2. So how will you solve this problem, right? So let's say you are storing it in a result. Now let's say do result equal to 0. Then for, let's say I equal to, so what is your starting point? 15, right? 15. Let's put 15. What is your stopping point? 3. Let's put 3 here. What is your steps? Can anyone tell me what is your steps?
How many steps is result are you talking about?
No. 15, and the next one is 13.
Okay.
So how much you need to step?
It's 2.
2.
2?
It's 2. You are right, but can you see it is not going upward, it is going downward.
Downward.
So when it is downward, you need to put -2.
-2.
Yeah. Okay. And then result.
If it goes upward, we plus, right?
You just put 2. You don't need to use plus or minus.
Okay. If you don't put nothing, you need to sound like plus.
Yeah. Okay. Result equal to result plus 2 to the power I. Now print result. Let me put a breakpoint here. Let me do an execution. Okay. If you take a look at your local variables, so what you can see from your local variables?
This is the type of integer I equal to 15.
Result equal to?
Result equal to 0 and I equal to 15.
I equal to 15. Can you tell me why you are seeing this? Because we are in the first iteration, right? It has just entered into the loop, and in the loop, we have started looping from 15 and result equal to 0. Now if you execute line number 7, then it should add 0 plus 2 to the power what? 0 plus 2 to the power
7.
Is it 7? What is the value of I?
I value is 15.
15. So when you execute line number 7, then it should execute 0 plus 2 to the power
15.
15. Right? Now do we know what is 2 to the power 15? 2 to the power 15 means 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 4 times 2 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15. So 2 to the power 15 means 32,768. 32,768. Now, so when I am executing line number 7, what is the value result will have? Can anyone tell me? When I am executing line number 7, so what are you going to store in result?
Same thing, 32,768.
Yeah, because 0 plus 2 to the power 15. 0 is 0 plus 2 to the power 15 means 32,768. So our result will hold 32,768. Can you see? Now result equal to 32,768. Okay. Now if you execute next, right? Can you see now the value of I is 30 because we have step -2. So now result will be result plus 2 to the power 30. Result will be result plus 2 to the power 13. Now result, I know result is 32,768 plus 2 to the power 13, right? How much is 2 to the power 13? Let me come here. 2 to the power, I know this is 2 to the power 15, but 2 to the power 13 will be, if you divide that one by 2, this is 2 to the power 40. Now if you divide it by another 2, this is 2 to the power 13, right? This is 2 to the power 13. So this is 2 to the power 13 plus you are adding another 32,768 with it. 32,768 with it. So that makes it 40,960.
960.
Yeah. So now if you execute line number 7, right? Line number 7, then result should be 40,960.
960.
Can you see? So the similar way, if you keep executing, it will be, can you see right now I is 11. Now it will be adding 40,960 plus 2 to the power 11. So, and then if you execute one more time, now it is I the value of I is 9. So the next time it is 7. Similar way it is 5, and then I want to focus here. Now the value of I is 3. So it is adding the final result. But can you see now the value of I is 3. Now if you execute next, now what will be the value of I?
Next is no. I is this the last?
Yeah. If you execute next now, what will be the value of I?
Wow. So 43,688 plus
Hey,
2.
I'm talking about I. I'm not talking about result.
Oh. Okay. It's gonna be 1.
It's gonna be 1. Yeah, you are right, because can you see every time you execute next, it is reducing I by 2. Now currently the value of I is 3, but if you reduce it by 2, then it becomes 1.
Will be 1.
And then if you compare, is 1 less than, is 1 greater than or equal to 3? Is that true?
No.
No. 1 is not greater than or equal to 3. Then it will exit out from the loop. So you will see I equal to 1, and it didn't go into the body of the loop anymore. Now it is printing the result here. That's it. So that's how it is calculating this, the sum of this series. I hope you understood this, or if you have any question, you can ask me now. Any question?
No.
Okay. So if I change this series, let's say, now I'll be looking for an answer from you guys. So I'm going to change this series like this. Can anyone tell me how will I do that?
Like 4 times 10 is 2.
Hmm?
Minus 2.
So let's write it here. So again I'll put result equal to
0, 0.
result equal to 0. Hey Abdul, how are you? Yeah, I'm good. Actually, we are working on the homeworks, so please follow here.
Okay.
Now, result equal to 0. Now, for loop
For I equal to 10.
I equal to 10. So we are giving a solution for this one, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now, for I equal to 10, and then how long will you go?
To 4.
2.
4.
So what is your minimum value in the series?
4. 4. So last
Is it 4?
no, 2. No, 2. 4.
Can you see 4 to the power 10, 4 to the power 8, 4 to the power 6, and
Then
eventually
4
we are
to the
going
power 2.
2.
4 to the power 2.
And then here
Step will be like this, minus 2.
step minus 2,
Minus 2.
minus 2. Here
Then will be result equal to result plus 2 4 to the power 2 powers like I. What? Yes, 2 power I.
what?
4 to the power I.
4 to the power 4 to the power I, and then
Then next, then print result.
Actually, it should be like a 4. Here should be like this 2. Right?
which one?
Is plus
Mm-hmm.
the 2 power I.
How?
4 to the power I.
What is your base? Can you see your base is 4?
Oh, okay.
Now if I want to start execution, so I don't want to execute from here. I already know what is the result for this. If I want to start execution from line number 15, what will I do?
Commander,
Huh?
you need to go like a record.
What do I need to do?
Go to the record and you need to select this line number 15.
Record and
Record.
no. Just put your cursor here, right click.
Okay. You have to. Okay. Yes. Right.
I'm going to put a breakpoint here, and I'm going to execute from this line, right? Right click and run from
Right
start.
click. Yes. Run from step. Okay.
Okay. If you look at your local variables now, what do you see?
Result equal to 0, I equal to 10.
Do you know why?
Because this is the first step, right?
We initialize result equal to 0.
Initialization step.
We initialize result equal to 0, and we are looping from I
I equal to 10.
10 to 2. So it has started first iteration, it started with I equal to 10. Now what we are doing here, result equal to result plus 4 to the power 10. 4 to the power 10. Can anyone tell me what do you mean by 4 to the power 10?
Multiply 10 times.
Yeah, 4 times 4
Multiply
times
10 times.
4 times 4 times 4 times 4. How many you have multiplied so far? Times 4.
5.
1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 times 4 8 times 4 times 4. So it is, can you see, 1,48,576 if we are correct. Now can you see 1,000,000? Now result equal to result, initially result was 0 plus 4 to the power 10, that makes it 1,48,576. Now if you execute next, what will be the value of I now?
It's 10 now.
If you execute next, what will be the value?
It will be like 8.
8, because whatever current value, it will step it by -2. So
-2.
yeah, so now can you see the value of I equal to 8. Now it will be adding what we have in the result, 1,000,000 something plus 4 to the power 8, right? 4 to the power 8. So it will be, a result will have a bigger value. Can you see result now have a bigger value? And if you execute next, now what will be the value of I?
I will be 6.
6. Now and then, yeah, result, well, I is 6. Now result will be 1,000,000 something plus 4 to the power 6, right? So this is a new value. In the same way, it will keep reducing I. Now can you see it has done for I equal to 2, right?
2.
Now if you execute next, what will be the value of I? 0. Now 0 greater than or equal to 2. Now it is comparing 0 greater than or equal to, what is your termination point? 2. 0 greater than or equal to 2. Is it true or false? False. So it will not go inside the body of the for loop. Instead it will, can you see I equal to 0, but yeah, but it is not going inside the body of the for loop, and it is printing the result. Okay. All right. Then what I'm going to do, I'm going to remove all of this, or I'm going to put them, I'm going to comment them out, I'm going to put them all the way down. Now can anyone tell me the solution of this one? I'm looking for a solution from you. The third problem. I'm waiting to hear something from you, and then I will start writing. Okay, so we are solving now this problem. Let me bring it in the context, right? So you are seeing result equal to 0, then and then for
N could be anything, so we have to give this N value.
oh, we have to, what we will have to do, Nafsa Bhabi?
because we have to execute it until n, so we have to declare something for n. That's how much we want to do.
Okay, how will you do that?
I would go for the input and I will enter a number so that I can execute until then, or I can do n equal to
No, we don't know the value of n. So how will you get the value of n?
We can do some n equal to some numbers like 3.
Then we have to select a number.
We are not.
Select a number n equals to.
We do not. How you are selecting? It will be coming from input, right?
Yeah, we will do. I would prefer to do input here.
How will you do? Can you tell me how will you do input? Can you?
Input box.
Find a value of n.
Input box. Okay. Then.
What is find the value? Find the value of n.
No. Input box. Hold for a second. let me think. Input box and enter a number. Hold for a second. I'm going to put the format somewhere by. I'm just messing up.
Okay.
Enter a number.
And you will have to store it where? N equal to?
N equal to.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
And it will be coming when you are getting something from input. It will be string. What you will have to do? You will have to convert it to
integer.
Right? Did you understand? Everyone, can you understand? Can you tell me that you are clear on this?
Yeah.
Okay. So we are getting the value of n, and then we are going to bring our for loop. I equal to, what is the starting point?
It's true.
What is the starting point? Can anyone tell me?
It's true.
Everyone agree with him? Folks.
No, starting point is
6 to the power 2.
What is the starting? What will be the?
6 to the power 2.
Yeah, but what will be the starting point for I?
2.
What?
6. 6 is the starting. 6.
Okay, if 6 is the starting.
True. So here will be this shape. Before we did like this, what is the power? That one we studying.
Basically, what is changing here?
Okay, they say if you are changing like left side of it changing.
Folks, can you tell me what is changing here in this series? What is?
The number, the value, the number
So it is going up.
It is changing. 6 is changing here. 6, 12, 20. Right? So we'll have to start from 6. And how much you want to go?
We don't want to go up.
We don't know. We don't know it.
But we don't.
Terminal for I, whatever is changing.
So we don't know how much we are going, but can you see we have taken a value from input n?
N.
Yeah, so we are going up to n, right? Then let's come to the point of, so we are going up to n. Can you see 6, 12, 24, n? Okay. Then what is the step?
Step was in 6.
What is the step?
6.
Now 12 minus 6 is 6, but 24 minus 12 is So what is the step? Can anyone tell me?
It's 2. This is a this should be plus 6.
Now everyone notice. So the step, the way it is working, let me go back to the previous example. Can you see here?
It was minus, yes.
Here we went from 15 to 3, and this power is changing. Can you see 15 minus 13? What is the difference? 2. 13 minus 11. What is the difference? 2.
2.
Again, look at the other series. Here we went from 10 to 2. Can you see? 10 minus 8 is 2. 8 minus 6 is 2. Always when you are the value that is changing, if you subtract two consecutive one, you will get the similar difference. But in this series, can you see? Initially it is 6, then it is 12. 12 minus 6, 6. But 12 minus 24 minus 12 is 12. It is not equal, right?
Yeah.
The difference is not equal. In that situation, what you will do here, basically, can you see how you are getting 12 from 6?
Result times 2 times 2.
So you are, whatever is in I, you are multiplying it by 2.
2.
That's right?
Okay. Yes.
Now the question here, first it will be 6, and then it will be, there is a issue here. You will see, let me do it in that way. Now result equal to result plus what? Result plus I to the power. I to the power what? I to the power 2. And then if you print result, let's see. Now if you start execution, if you put a breakpoint here, you will see there is an issue here. So it is waiting, like it is asking us to input a value. Let's say we want to input up to 24. Now if you look at your local variables, right, n is 24, that means we want to go up to 24. I is 6, right? I is 6. Now what we are doing here, result equal to result plus I to the power 2, I to the power 2. Now what is the value of I? 6. 6 to the power 2, right? So we are adding the first value with the result, 6 to the power 2. Now let's do it. 36. Now if you execute next, you want your next I should be how much? 12, right? Your next I should be 12. But if you do it, you will see how much is the I now?
6.
Still 6, right? Still 6. So what we will have to do, can you see, it is doing here, it is multiplying, but it is not changing the value of I. It is keeping the value of I6. Every time you go there, it is not changing the value of I. Can you see? It is not, the value of I is 6, whereas the value of I should be 6, 12, 24, right? So that means it is not working. What you will have to do here, you will have to put I equal to I times 2. Then what it will do, every time it increment the value, basically it is multiplying I by 2 and then storing it to I. Okay, now if you do it, you will see, hopefully it will be correct. Let's say I am putting 24. Now hold on, let me see, and put the breakpoint here. So 24. Okay, now if you look at your local variables, now your result is 0, n is 24. Now if you click here next, it is not going inside. Can you see it is not going inside? It is not going inside the body of the loop. What is the reason?
You need to use a double quotation again.
No, I'm trying to see what is the reason. Let's see. So our n is 24, I is 6, 6 to 24. That looks okay to me. And then I equal to I times 22. So probably it is not working because of this syntax. So in this situation we will do it in a different way. We will not provide the step here. Instead we will go there, we will make it I. In the body we will make it I equal to I times I times 2. Now let's see how it goes. There will be a step still, it will be an issue, but let me try to execute it. Let's say I am inputting 24 again. Now the result is 0, n is 24, so it is going there. What is the value of I? 6 to the power 2. So now it should be 0 plus 36. Now it is doing I equal to I times 2. That means it is doubling up I, making I 12. But if you do next, it will be making, can you see, it is making I 13. So this is a problem. Yeah, no, this should be, we did it for 6, now it should be for 12, not for 13. So what we will have to do, every time it will do the same thing, because there is a automatic, if you execute next, there is a automatic step, it will step. If you do not have any step, it will automatically increment the value of I by 1. So what we are going to do, it is not going to give us the correct result. Let's see if I can put step 0. Let me see how it goes now. Yeah. It is doing 4, I equal to 12. Now, yeah. So now it is not. So we did result will be, first one will be 6, we are done with 6, then it will be 12. Now it is doing for, when you put step 0, it will not do any increment or decrement. Can you see we have the increment we are doing here by this line. We are making it I equal to I times 2. We are doubling the value of I by this statement in line number 14. So it is doing it now I equal to 24, right? So 24 less than or equal to 24 condition is still true, so it will be doing it and then it will be printing the result. Now who has question on this?
I have the question.
Okay, what is the question?
Question is, I understand is that one is like I equated 12, 24, but what about the result is that it sounds like 756. How it is coming like this? I equal to 24, then is the I into the 2.
No, the result is the result. Hold on, the result is coming. Result is coming. This series basically is print. This series basically is, what is 6 square means? 6 times 6, right? What is 12 square means? 12 times 12
times 12
plus what is 24 square means? 24 times
24 times
24, right? Now if you execute this line, can you see how much you got? 756, right? So that is how it is. Let me put this line up there. So if you, let me clear it. If you put this line here, if you execute this line, $756, right?
Okay, yes.
That is how result is coming.
Okay, I get it.
So anybody else has any question?
No.
Okay, so let me go to the next one. I'm going to comment out this one again. Now the next question is this one. This one. Here again result or sum equal to 0, and then you have a n, so you'll have to get the value from input box. And then you will have to convert it to CINT. And then you have to use your for loop. Now what is your starting point? 11.
11.
Your starting point is I equal to 11. What is your termination point? N. And what is your step?
12.
23 minus 11, 12. 35 minus 23, 12. So it is equal. So we can directly put step 12. And then sum equal to sum plus I. Print sum. So if you do the execution, you will see so let's say we are inputting 35, so it should at 11, 23, 35. the result should be 35 plus 23, 58, 58 plus 11, 69. Now I equal to, if you look at your local variables, let me clear the previous results, and if you look at your local variables, I equal to 11 and equal to 35. So sum equal to sum plus I, sum will be 11 and then it will be 23. Can you see now I equal to 23 and then it will, the finally I equal to 35 because every time it is incrementing it by 12. So can you see our result is 69. So far, do you have any question?
About the mic, I guess for the exponents, I need to do more practice. So is it possible you can send us the script so we can just, so we can see it?
So what I am going to do, I am not going to send this script. I am going to send this recording. You go through the recording and then you type it by yourself. This will be basically, as you didn't finish the homework, this will be basically your homework.
Okay.
You go through the video and then you type it and do it.
Okay.
Will that work?
That's okay. I will work.
For everyone, will it work?
Yes.
Okay. So besides this, there were some other homework that you are supposed to finish. If I go to there is you're supposed to do this one, this one, and this one. You're supposed to watch these 3 video and finish whatever is there. It was your homework. Now if you come here, now you are familiar with loop. I guess the language part we are done. Now in QTP, how do you record a script? Did Maksud discuss how do you record a script?
Your runtime settings.
So
This is runtime settings for.
so let me open a new script.
New file.
Let me open a new script. Let's say we name it as record and run.
Run.
Record and run. Okay. Now how do you do record and run? Now if you come here, record and run settings. Now record and run on any open browser. So what it will do, if you have these options, notice here, if you can record on web application, you can record on Windows application. Now we are working on web application, we are not working on Windows application. Probably Max will discuss Windows application. I'll be working on web application. Now you can record, you can open the browser by yourself, or you can say that you want to go in that way, newtools.demo.ut.com. You want to record on a particular site. So you can mention this site, or you can say I want to record on that site. It depends on what you want to do. Okay. Now let's say we want to do record on this site, newtools.demo.ut.com. So what you do not record and run on any open browser. Yeah, we want to keep it. Close the browser when the test closes. No, we do not want to keep it. Okay. And we want to record on Internet Explorer. So you can record on multiple browsers, but we are recording on Internet Explorer. Now I'll click apply. Okay. Now that is what you need to do in record and run settings. Now if you click on record, then can you see it is bringing that website, right? So it is bringing that website. Now let's say that I want to do a sign on. Okay, let's say I already have an ID. I'm going to input that ID here in this text box. So I'm clicking on here and inputting. Let me see what is my QTP. Let me keep my QTP in the side as well. So I'm going to input an ID here. Automate code and my password is
L12345.
5, and I'm clicking on sign in.
Sign in.
Okay, and then it is asking for remember. I'll select
No.
this don't and select no. Okay, do not show. I'm keeping. I'll remove everything. Okay, now let me stop recording. Okay, now you can see that we have input an user ID, right?
Yes.
One line. Then we have input a password, right? And then we have click on a button. But after that, it was asking for some. Okay, can you want to remember password? You want to this is a Java page. You want to display something. So there were some there were some pop-ups. There were some warning. Now if you let me close this. Let me close everything. Now if you execute this, right? If you execute this, so it is opening the site, inputting the user ID and password. Now can you see that it was able to successfully log in? Is that correct?
Yeah.
But when it is trying to click, do you want to remember the password? It is trying to click on that button, but it is not getting it. Why?
Yes, you said no to the you said no.
No, and that button is no longer appearing, right? That button is no longer appearing. So our script is failing here. I will stop it. Basically, up till login we need, and these are extra code. I am going to remove them. I'm going to remove them. Right now, if I can you see this browser every time? Every time this browser is opening, and it is. I'll have to close it manually. For now, I'll close it manually. But if you start execution now, you will see it will be able to successfully log in. Your script is passing, right? Right? Is that? Are you understanding what I'm trying to explain here?
Yes.
So it is able to log in successfully. Now let me show you a couple of things, folks. Now if you see browser page and object, browser page and object. So this is this username. We are inputting a value in the username. Let me close this browser and let me open that website. What is that website? newtools.demo.com. Right now we are basically inputting something here in the username. Is that correct?
Yes.
Now so this is the username. Now this username is under a page, and this page is under a browser. And then what we are doing an operation set. We are setting a value on that username. Now how QTP is, like you can see when you are executing it, QTP is able to input that value in the text box, right? It is just like a robot doing something. Is that correct?
That's right.
So how this robot is, like you need to input the user ID and password manually by your hand writing, but the computer, the tool is doing it itself. You are driving something, it is just like self-driving car, right? You don't need to drive, it is driving by itself. So the website is opening, it is inputting the value, it is clicking on the sign in. Is that correct? How computer is identifying, okay, this text box, it is need to input this value in that text box. How? If you notice this user ID, it is not inputting that user ID in the password box. It is inputting the user ID in the user ID box. It is inputting the password in the password box, and then it is able to click on that sign in button or image. How it is able to do that? What is the intellectual thing happening here? How it is able to identify this username text box? How it is able to identify this password text box? How it is able to identify this sign in image or button? So this is the intellectual thing here. If you look at your action, can you see this local? This is what we are calling local object repository. We didn't create this repository, but when you open this test, by default it comes with a local object repository. So in the local object repository, right, let's imagine that you need to go to an address in Cobb County, or you need to visit 10 addresses in Cobb County today. So those addresses, you have those addresses in a notebook. You have the door number, you have the street number, you have the zip code, you have the city name. You have this 10 address in your notebook, then you can go there, right? Is that correct?
Right.
So you need to go to 3 address here. You need to go to 3 places. One is that username, another one is that password, another one is that sign in. You need to go to these 3 places. Remember, in Cobb County you need to go to 10 address. You have the addresses in your notebook, then you can go there. But in this program you need to go to these 3 objects. Now to reach these 3 objects, you will have to have their address. In this case, this is not address. In this case, it is properties. These objects has a door number, this object has a city, this object has a street number, right? These 3 objects, we want to interact with these 3 objects: username, password, and sign in. We want to interact with these 3 objects. These 3 objects has their door number, has their city, has their street number. So by using those data, QTP is able to reproduce that action. Now for your 10 address, your addresses are in your notebook, but in this case, for these 3 objects, the door number, the street number, the city, the properties are in the local object repository. If you open the local object repository, let me open this local object repository, you will see, let me bring it here. You will see, let me show you something here. Can you see, this is a browser, Welcome Mercury Tours. The browser, this is the browser name is Welcome Mercury Tours. Now come here, click on this. Can you see, this is a browser name is Welcome Mercury Tours. Under this browser, can you see that we have something, not this, let me go to this one. Can you see under this welcome, remember we have removed this this part, right? We will remove them. We will make our work simple. We are removing them, okay? And then we have some other okay, do not, we will remove them. We do not need them. We already, remember we removed some of the code, right? Do not show this message, right?
Yes.
So we do not need to keep those address in our notebook. So that's why those things are under this page. Can you see, this is a dialog. Under this dialog we are removing them. Do you understand why I am removing them? Because we already removed them from the code, so I am removing them. And then that is the solid thing that those we need. Now can you see, this is a browser, Welcome Mercury Tours. Can you see welcome Mercury Tours? This is a browser, okay, and then under this browser there is a page. Can you see? If you maximize this, can you see under this browser there is a page? What is the class? Page. And what is the attribute? Name is welcome Mercury Tours. And under this page we have three objects: sign in, password, username, password, sign in. Now if you take a look, if you click on the username, can you see it is a web edit? Web edit text box. Normally in QTP we call text box a web edit. So can you see the class is web edit, and what is the name? Username. Can you see? Now how QTP is able to identify that object? So it is using the properties. Can you see? Name, username, right? And then what is that HTML tag input, right? Can you see? There are some attributes by which QTP is identifying. If you want to go to an address, you need door number, street number. If you want to visit an object, you need, can you see, it is identifying that object by username and some other thing, right?
I have a question.
Sure.
Yes, on the left side, it's not in sequence. It's first showing the sign in and the password, then the username. Is that not an issue, or just?
No, this is not an issue, Abdul. It is, some of the object it will come. This is not an issue. Here, if you have the object, that is what you want to look for.
That's what matters. Okay.
Yeah. Now, how QTP is reading this object? QTP basically is identifying the object by this attribute. Now, let's say this name. If I change this name, if I remove one E, right, and then if I save it, I don't need to save it. I just, can you see, from username I remove that E. Now if you try to visit that site, still probably it will be able to input the user ID because of the smart identification. I'll tell you what does this mean. So still it is trying to input the user ID here, but it is not able to input the user ID. You'll see it will throw an error message. Why?
Because we take out the E.
Because we change the door number. It is able to, can you see, it is able to input, but you will see there is a warning here. If you look at your results, view, last run results, right? And can you see there is a warning? What is that warning? I will go to that warning. If you click here, action summary, welcome. Okay, now username, can you see description mismatch?
Yeah.
Can you see the object was not found using test object description? The description we provided, it was not able to find that object by this description. So it was able to input because of something, but it is leaving a warning here. Does it make sense?
Yes.
But let me do one thing. Let me go to that repository again, and let me go back to that object again, username. Can you see there is a enable smart identification true? Let's make this one false.
False. Okay.
So if we remove the smart identification, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens.
No, now it will go. Okay.
Now let's see if it is. Oh, let me, actually I'll have to close this browser. Let me close this browser and let me do the execution again. Is it able to input the username?
No. Fine.
It is taking time. It is taking, let's say, 20 to 30 seconds, and after that we will get an error message. Can you see we are getting error message?
Yeah.
Cannot identify the object username. Right? Now you know why it is not. Now you know why it is not able to identify, right?
That's false.
Can anyone tell me why it is not able to? Can you see object synchronization timeout 20 second here? I'll make it 5 seconds, and then you will see previously it took 20 seconds and then it provided error message. You will see this time it will wait 5 seconds and then it will provide error message. One, two, three, 4, 5. Right? Can you see? So it is not able to identify that username web edit because we have removed the smart identification and we have changed the object door number. Let's say door number is 2350, we make it 235. Now it is not able to identify the object. So what I will have to do, I will have to go to that object repository and I will have to correct it. I will have to correct it. This name I will have to make it E. Okay? Yeah. Now if you execute it again, you will see it is not, or even though we do not have a smart identification, but still it is able to identify that object. Right? Is that correct? Now if you go to the view run result, last run results, can you see that there is no warning at this point? Can you see there is no warning? It was able to interact with all of the object. Done, result done. Can you see no warning, result done? Guys, is it clear? Okay, now let me. Yeah, go ahead.
Where did you change the setting for the 5 second again? Where did you go?
Oh, I went to file, settings, and then I went to run and I made it 5 seconds here. But normally you want to keep at least 10 seconds, 10 to 20 seconds. Okay.
In the real world?
Sometimes some object takes longer time to load, so you have to give it enough time. Now let me introduce another terms here. Let's say, okay, before I go to regular expression, let me show you one other thing. What is parameterization? So the parameterization, let's say you have automate code 1, you have automate code 2, you have automate code 3, automate code 4, automate code up to automate code 10. Right? You have automate code 10. You want to do this operation for 10 data. How will you do this for 10 data at a time? So that is where your parameterization come into picture. Yeah. Now can you see the password is coming as encrypted? I am going to remove this. If your password, if you normally input a password, it will come as set secure, but I am going to remove set secure and I am going to make it plain password to make our work more understandable. Right? Now how do you do parameterization? Right? So can you see here? Yeah. Can you see here that you have if you look at can you see this? That in KTP there are two views. One is this expert view where you are seeing code, and then there is another view, keyword view. So I am clicking on keyword view. Now can you see, that is where I am inputting user ID. So I am going to click here and I am going to do, instead of taking it as a constant, I am going to take it from a parameter, right? Parameter, and where? Data table, global data sheet, right? And now what I am going to do, I am asking it, okay, do not take it from there, instead take it from data table, global data sheet. I will show you where is the global data sheet. I will click OK.
You forgot to change the email ID. Forgot to input email ID for the name.
What is email ID?
I mean, when you do the parameterization, you have to give the name, alright?
Yeah. So if you take a look here, you can provide, let's say, you can change the name or you can keep it. So if you want to change it, no problem. Let's say I want to give it username. No problem. Then this field, now if you come to your data, and can you see, you have, now you have two parameters. One is ptext, another one is username. So I am going to remove this. I am going to edit, delete. I will just keep username. Okay, and then you come here for the password. Again you do the same thing. No constant. We want to take the password from data table, and global data sheet I want to give a name, let's say password. Okay, now if you go to the, if you change the view, can you see it change set get the data from global data sheet, and what is the field? The field name is username. Now if you put here automate code 2 and put the same password, let's say automate code 3, put the same password, right? How many set of data you have now? 3 set of data. If you do the execution, let me close this browser. If you do the execution, run, you will see it will be executing the test for 3 set of data. Can you see? Now it is doing for the last time, right? Now if you, how will you go ahead?
So is it automate code 2 actually was not analyzed and load on, but it was not registered, so it's not going to throw error, or?
Oh, basically these users are previously registered in the site. So this is a website, this is not local. So these users are already registered. When we did load runner, we already registered this user, that's why we are able to log in.
Okay.
Now if you go to your last run results, you will see how many iteration? 1, 2, 3. Can you see, guys? Can you see 3 iteration we did? If you go to first iteration and expand it, right? If you click on, can you see we have used username automate code 1? Is it clear? Can you see? And then if you go to the next iteration, right, go to the next iteration, and if you click username, can you see we have used automate code 2. In the first iteration we have used automate code 1, in the second iteration we have used automate code 2, and in the third iteration we have used automate code 3. Does it make sense?
I have a question.
Go ahead. What is the question?
It's logging in and it's logging in with 3 username, so we don't have to put any line for log.
We don't have to put in a line for what?
Log out.
No. It will automatically close browser and it will start from the beginning.
Okay.
So if you want to add some more user ID and credential, you can do that. You can put more here. let's say you want to put 4, you want to put 5, you want to put 6, right? Now you have how many data? You have 6 data. Now it should execute it for 6 times.
Can you show me one more time how to create a global data sheet?
Oh, global data sheet, you can you see from here, when you are opening a test, every test comes with a sheet, global data sheet. Can you see we have global action, we have this global data sheet here. And how do you go there? You change your mode to the keyword view. This is expert view. Remember, there is interview question, what is the different view in QTP? Expert view and keyword view. This is expert view where you can see the code, and if you toggle it, you can see the keyword view. And now from here you normally change it. Does it make sense, guys?
Yes.
Alright, so hopefully I have more details in the video that I sent you. Also I will be sending today's class. Hopefully you will get, like in the next class we will be bringing more interesting topics. Like it will be, you'll see it is very interesting if you can go through, if you can keep same speed with me. So make sure that you are watching the video. So for you, whatever homework I sent you last week, that 3 series plus 3 video, watch those video and you will get more. And then I will be moving forward from there. If you have any question, I will be answering your question. So basically your homework will be whatever I sent you in the last email. This email will be your homework. You will be doing this this series, and then you will be watching these 3 video. Whatever I did in the video, you make sure you are doing it in your computer and you show me. That is your homework. And that's it. We are
Are we doing the same homework?
yeah,
The same data?
yeah, same data, same homework. Yeah, same homework. So what? Yeah.
I was able to do the last two for the recording. You want to check it out for me, please?
Last 2. Okay, sure. Which one you did?
Yeah. I did the last 2 recordings, the assignment.
Okay. So let me stop recording here.
Hold on.
Let me stop recording here. I don't want to linger our recording. It is already more than an hour, and then I will look at your homework. But let me stop recording first.
Can you check it local view? I cannot see my EFT local view is not show.
Hold on. Give me a second. Let me stop recording here. Okay, what is the issue that you are having?